a powerful address at the International Legislative Dialogue on Women and the Constitution Amendment process, President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, says women political participation is essential, hence the support of the 10th Assembly for more women in governance. Ably represented at the event by Senator Kaka Shehu, the Senate therefore calls for more action of gender reforms in shaping the narrative of women participation in leadership. In the same vein, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, emphasized that empowering women is not just a moral imperative, but a strategic economic necessity for Nigeria, highlighting the disheartening underrepresentation of women in the National Assembly, where only 20 out of 469 seats were occupied by women. Speaker Abbas called for urgent reforms. Speaker Abbas referenced studies indicating that greater female representation could significantly boost economic growth, estimating that closing gender gaps might add $12 trillion to the global GDP by 2025. As part of broader legislative agenda, Abbas tasked the Constitution Review Committee with prioritizing gender equity reforms.
We believe that the progress of our nation hinges on the active participation of all its citizens, especially women. The 10th Senate has made significant strides in supporting women's empowerment. We have passed legislation aimed at combating gender-based violence, ensuring that women can live free from fear and oppression. We have taken steps to increase women representation in decision-making bodies, including introduction of gender quotas in political party nominations.
Thus, increased representation of women is not a luxury, but a necessity for sustainable national development and stability. Around the world, and particularly in Africa, we see encouraging examples of gender inclusion. Rwanda, with over 60% women representation in its parliament, has shown us that robust, intentional policies work. South Africa, Namibia, and Senegal all have taken significant strides towards inclusivity, reshaping their political landscapes in ways Nigeria can learn from.
The EU also noted that prioritizing women's political participation and representation is crucial for Nigeria's growth, especially to fast-track the nation's progress towards the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. Speaking at the event, Deputy Ambassador of EU Delegation to Nigeria and ECOWAS, Cis Moss Vegas, underscored the importance of women's representation in governance as both as fundamental rights and a driver of inclusion growth.
There is a strong evidence all around the world that as more women are elected to office, there is an increase in policy making that emphasizes quality of life and reflects the priorities of families, of youth, of marginalized groups for a more effective social, financial, and political inclusion.
Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, ably represented by the chairperson Nigerian Governors Spouses Forum, Ambassador Olufolake Abdulrazak, reiterated the invaluable contributions women offer when given equal opportunities to men.
While some gains were recorded in women representation in states' House of Assembly membership during the last election cycle, particularly in states like Kwara, where we had 5, and I think Ekiti had 6. This was, however, not the case at the current 10th National Assembly, as only 4 women were voted into the Senate out of the 109 total members, while the House of Representatives has only 16 women out of a total of 360 members. This development, you will agree with me, gives credence to the propriety of today's gathering, as it affords us the opportunity to discuss prevalent challenges hindering legislative actions and enhance awareness on the importance of temporary special measures, such as legislated gender quotas, reserved seats, and political party quotas, as gender-responsive approaches to enhancing political inclusion and participation.
Deputy Speaker of the House, who doubles as the Chairman House Committee on Constitution Review, and other stakeholders at the event, urged stakeholders to adopt special measures to foster a more inclusive governance process, asserting that Nigeria now has a unique opportunity to join progressive nations in promoting gender equality through constitutional reforms.
I'm honored to lead the House Committee on Constitution Review, where we have proposed bills aimed at correcting the gender imbalance within government at all levels. One such critical bill, a bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to provide for a seat reservation for women in the National and State Houses of Assembly, HB 1349, alongside other 4 gender justice bills, are under consideration.
Women's inclusion in leadership challenges cultural norms and promotes gender equality, sending a message to society that leadership is not limited by gender. Women in political roles serve as role models, inspiring more Nigerian women and girls and young women to pursue education, leadership, civic education, and many more.
The dialogue, held in Abuja and organized by the 10th House of Representatives in collaboration with the Policy and Legal Advocacy Center plaque, saw a diverse turnout, including ministers, female leaders, and international representatives, underscoring a collective commitment to gender equity. Annie T. Patrick, Co. TV News, Abuja.